Good afternoon and welcome to the regular meeting of the Knox Redevelopment Commission. This meeting is called to order at 4:30 p.m. on August 20th, 2025, and is in compliance with the Indiana Open Door Law. Let the minutes reflect there is a quorum. Where you stand to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Feedback. Yeah, that volume down or something. The feedback. Can you hear it? Sure.
You were given copies of the regular draft minutes from the July 16th meeting. Any corrections? These minutes stand approved. You were given draft minutes of the special meeting from July 23rd. Any corrections?
No.
These minutes stand approved. Next is bid openings, Sunnyside Estates, Phase 2, 24 lots. Is there a motion to proceed with the bid opening for Sunnyside Estates, Phase 2, 24 lots?
I'll make that motion.
Mayor makes a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
And Marcia seconds. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Approved. It carries.
Okay, we have two proposals. One from Fernelli's Luxury Homes. He put a proposal in for 4 lots, lot 42, 43, 44, and 45. There's other proposal from Edwin Allen Homes. There's for 20 lots with a lump sum payment of $520,000. 26,000 per lot is what we have up there. And basically, some of the lots we have that Fernelli Homes bid on are same lots in here that they're bidding.
The ones this.
Yeah, lot 42, 43, 44, and 45 that Fernelli just put a proposal in is also Edwin Allen Homes is also putting proposal in for those lots. So with that said, what I recommend is I've been going back and forth with Ice Mellon. You know, they're the consultants on, you know, following the code and and all that. So we can reject every bid if we want.
You can what?
We can reject any bid we want or accept. I can also negotiate and try to compromise with these two. So there's not a you know, what I like to see, you know, we always wanted to save a certain amount of lots for our local developers.
Right.
We're saving for if we choose for now.
Yes.
Because he's not going to, he'll, I think he's already got one else, so if you can get it out. But anyways, there's 4 lots that did not get a proposal down there. Lots 38, 39, 26, and I believe it's 50. So what I'd like to do is try to negotiate with both of them, saying, look, since you guys got 4 lots and both of you is in the proposal, we're gonna split this up. Each gets 2 of those, and then you guys gotta take some of the other ones that did not get a proposal on. You know,
So you're talking about 38, 39 and 40? Or what are we talking about? I see 38. Next one, I can't. 39, I can't tell if it's 39. What are we talking about on that? Off that cul-de-sac? 38, 7, 38 here. 38. Oh, is that the 39 here? 30. Okay, so it's 39 is. Maybe that's it. I heard that was, that's 30, 38. 39 should be much. Yeah. See, 40 is not high. Just very. So we see 43. 42, 43. 45, yeah, we're keeping this nice. I think all these. That's what I wonder if you're just gonna, you need the sides, the ones that benefits, right? Is that what you're saying? 20 lots. Oh, okay, he wants 20.
So he would get conceivably 18 of the 20. So the Edwin Allen Homes would get 18 of the 20.
well, here's the thing.
If we accept this.
Well, I've been talking with them for months. You know, and I told them that, you know, we wanted to say, you know, I never did tell them that we would give them 20 lots.
Sure.
I said, I want to save enough lots for other developers, maybe 6 or whatever,
Sure.
which would come to 18. So, but they did put the proposal in for 20. So I would hope that's negotiable with them. If not, then, you know, it is what it is. You know, so after tonight's meeting, I'm going, because they already have, if you notice, well, you haven't seen it. I mean, this is their proposal. It is actually.
Oh, wow.
And this is demo.
Sure.
Okay.
Now, if you notice the lots 38, 39, I can understand, although I like those lots. Their backyards is a swell. And the cannon ditch is a swell.
There's 2 lots.
And then the other one is 26 is this cul-de-sac one.
Okay.
The very end one, see that cul-de-sac?
That's right.
That's 26 I didn't get bid on. And then I think the other one, I'm not 100% sure. I think it was lot 50, which is a corner.
Right, it's right there on that corner.
Yeah, corner. So, and that's what I'm gonna try to negotiate out, because bottom line is, you know, with the 4 lots that Finelli owns, and they want them to, you know, I can tell Edwin Holmes, hey, look, we originally, you know, we were thinking 18, we bid on 20. If you want 20 lots, then you have to give up 2 of the other, the 42, 43 or whatever, and take 38, 39. And the same thing with Dennis, you're gonna have to take 50 and 26. You know, we're gonna try, I'm gonna try to compromise, so we can get all 24 of them. So, now, here's the thing, with Finelli, you know, we talked about early in the stage to give an incentive to our local that basically they do not have to pay for the lot until they close the deal. We'll be the first mortgage owner.
Mhm.
His bid for the first two lots is that way. And then the next two lots, then they'll pay cash. And he checked with his financial, whoever he's getting finances to build these houses. And they said it would take 30 to 90 days to change it for the first two lots. I told Dennis, I said, we can't, we're not gonna do that. We'll probably let you do the two ways we talked about, so we're fair, you know, and then we'll go from there.
Because the other gentleman is not asking for any, he just wants, he's not asking for that. But not,
Oh, no,
he's paying for them upfront.
they wanted me to sign, they sent me a DocuSign, you know, that's what.
Yeah.
Some of them, they sent me this thing the one day to read over.
Yeah.
And then they sent me a doc to sign. I emailed back to her and I said, I cannot sign anything till Wednesday night when we open the bids and decide what we're doing.
I should know this. I mean, who are these people? Have you seen any of them?
Yeah, we passed them out. Yeah,
Yeah, but you physically have not seen the development. Have you physically seen the development that they have houses in? Have you toured the houses? Is what I'm saying.
no, we haven't had time.
They're in Michigan.
In Michigan, how far are you?
Not sure exactly.
They build.
Byron Center, Michigan.
They got. In Granger, Indiana, they just did a bunch, in Michigan City, they did a bunch.
Well, then it's close enough to go to Michigan City to see. Could we?
Yeah, me and Lonnie was gonna take a ride, up and check them out, yeah.
Because the only thing I think about, and this is my mind, years ago when National Homes were in place, they slapped them up, the staple guns, and there they went, right down the road. And that's how the money they make. These are all stick built, they are not national homes, they are not prefabs and put them together.
I think they're all stick built.
Okay. Because that would be my big question, because don't you remember what we did? Oh, yeah. 400 South, they were building those houses and all of a sudden they were all cookie cutters and they were all just national homes. And they're still standing, which I'm surprised. And so that's the only thing I see. Should we look at it?
Well, I mean, right there is, you know,
Else I see.
you guys looked at them before on
Yeah,
the style.
and they're nice looking.
No, I mean, they're-
Houses, but you don't know that. So if you're using
It would be nice.
materials and doors and, you know, if it's wood isn't. Well, wouldn't the people have to pick back and decide that they're just gonna put them up? Oh, they're gonna put them up. They're not gonna be.
what they do. You know, like what he told me, he said, they will probably come in and put 4 or 5 on specs. I would assume if people ask, you know, they'll give them their portfolio of houses, here's what we build. And they build ranches, they build 2 stories. If you want a custom one built, you know, we'll do it. You know, it's like any other home developer. I mean, they're just not gonna say, you know, put specs up and say, no, we won't build a custom. You know, I would assume they're flexible. They don't put up 11 homes a year and not have quality. You know, that 1,100 is, they're big. They're big.
Yeah, they just feel better if you saw the color that's there.
I think that's reasonable. I mean, because this is a big investment for the city, just to make sure that
You have quality houses, which
quality homes.
Well, here's the thing is what you gotta look at. Now, if you guys wanna go look at them, go find the locations, you best get going. If you don't wanna lose this deal,
well, that's true too.
you don't want them to walk away.
It's a risk.
Because they're the type of company that they look for different locations, cities.
Yeah.
And then they negotiate. That's just like with the one home builder that we all know. You know, he's got, the reason he didn't come down, because I called him, is he's got the next 2 or 3 years of different cities that they're putting houses on. So he couldn't do it.
And in
So
fact,
that's how far ahead they are, so, you know, if you guys wanna look, you should have already done it.
Yeah.
For one thing,
Well, that's
before the
okay. I mean, if
meeting.
everybody agrees, it's all right.
under number 19 on their purchase agreement, number 19 is miscellaneous, but item A, in all capital letters, time is of the essence on this agreement. So they're, the mayor's point, they're not playing around.
No, they're not gonna play around with us, I mean, they've been watching us since last year.
Right.
See, I don't know how they found out that we were talking and doing the subdivision, but they came calling last year and sent us all the houses. And I told them, I said, you know,
It's ready.
get a hold of us next year, because we're just now starting, and they did, you know, they did, so, I mean, let's take it Wednesday, if me and Lenny have time tomorrow, we're gonna have to look at some of them.
We take pictures. You want to know what they're saying. You want to get this. Get them going. That's a lot of.
They're not gonna wait too.
No.
They're just not, because I mean, if they can't get their own,
Yeah.
and they want, for some reason, they want money from me.
Yeah.
And I don't,
That's good.
but they're not going, they probably already know where they're going to next.
Yeah, probably.
But their main thing is they actually develop them. A lot of times, what cities will do is they will give the land
Oh,
and then they go develop it. They pay to have it developed and all that.
and this is probably a good thing. I mean, it's ready.
They're looking at this at $26,000 an hour. You go anywhere else and develop, and you know, if you go to the region, you're paying 60 grand or more.
Right, right.
So
Wow.
that's probably
Yeah,
one of the reasons why they're want to hurry up.
Yeah.
exactly.
But we'll try to make it out, but you know, we're saying in the morning, I'll tell you, let's get the money before I call them.
And you know where it is at there.
The one is in Granger. Michigan City will have to get back on their website. That's what Lonnie had got on the website to look at the different locations and all.
Well, that's good. I think it's great. I think it is too. I mean.
So basically, you know, really, you need a motion to go ahead
Yeah.
and have me negotiate, try to negotiate this out. If I can't negotiate it out, then accept their 20 lots in California, you gotta take the leftover.
That's right. I mean, that's just what it is. We have to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, is there a motion then to accept of these bids pending formal negotiations and review?
Yes.
Is that?
I'll make that motion.
Marcia makes a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Marcia seconds. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, that carries. That's a big deal for the city of Knox.
Yes, it is.
That's outstanding.
Everybody wanted one.
Yeah. Next is facade guidelines, and we can discuss that a little bit tonight if you'd like.
here's the thing, here, you know, personally, we're not there yet on these guidelines. I do know, and I talked to Mary about it, talked to Mike about it. You know, there's some things, funds must be placed in a project specific account with the city of Knox. You know, by statute, I don't even know if we can do that. I know the RDC can give loans. You actually have to have a loan program. So, you know, my thought, here's my thought. Let's make it, I think lower it down to $10,000 instead of the 15. And bottom line is, we do not pay our share out until the project is done and it is approved by the applicant and the city.
Yes.
Because what I'm looking at, if a contractor bids on a job, if he ain't got enough money to float to get that job done, or if he's gotta have X amount of money down, then the applicant can pay their 20% for that. You know, and that will cut out a lot of the pricing. I mean, it's,
You can't set up a fund and have Peggy, expect Peggy to take care of that too.
Peggy won't go. She doesn't. We went through this and she said, I'm not doing
It's
this.
a nightmare.
Well, it's a lot of extra work
It is.
for the staff.
Oh, and it's been a nightmare. Yes.
Well, it gets through a lot of work when they want half down,
Right.
when they change the project, you know, this and all that. It's just, it's too much work. I think the thing is, 10 grand, that's the max we're gonna do anymore. And bottom line is, when it's completed, you know, that's when we pay out. When it is accepted, you know, that will take care of it for me.
Okay, is there anything else on that? Everything else look pretty good?
Nope. One I can tell you right now, I got.
Anything else on this?
Well, that was, okay. So we're gonna keep the 3 months and they actually have to have, if it's a vacant building, as long as they have a lease in hand, and it has to be, you know, 3 months. Open in 3 months from the lease. That's been in there and we're keeping that in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The design grant agreement must be signed, notarized, and recorded with the applicant to pay the recording fee. The RDC will ensure the document is recorded. That is, what was the reason for that?
Just to make sure there's a solid paper trail of things that, you know, everyone's interests are protected, the RDCs as well as the applicant, the building owner. Just to make sure there's.
I don't know, we didn't do that before.
Huh?
We didn't do it before.
No, I know, that's in the proposal.
Okay.
Yeah, and that
But
was
we
something.
kind of highlighted that because, no, we've never done that before, and I can see that if you're gonna follow through with the, because it has to run with the property for 10 years.
Right.
So, I mean, and that's questionable too, the 10-year, I think, but I can see if, as long as you want to do that, I can see that.
Right, that way it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. And, you know, the 10 years is something that we can potentially waive. But I think the intent of that was to make sure that someone doesn't come in and use the city and the RDC to flip a building.
So if you record that, are you going to attach it to the deed?
Yeah, it's just a miscellaneous
You
record.
have to attach it to the deed, so
Right.
if they would ever sell or whatever, then the people will know.
Exactly, and it's a $25 filing fee for a miscellaneous record. So it's not a big cost encumbrance on the property owner. It's just making sure that that doesn't fall off or get lost or get forgotten or something.
Yeah, I like everything in there, but
And then the letter of commitment, you know, we never established one. You know, we had that in the last one, we've never established that. I mean,
I was going to say,
the intent was that, yeah.
right, but we want to do that.
Yeah, I think we need that.
And this just formalizes our process a little bit, I think.
Yeah, and then also I know, I mean, the signs going.
A lot of it's from Zionsville and Hobart. And then, you know, mash that up with what we already had. So it's kind of a Frankenstein document.
Well, there was, in the Zionsville, Did they have a form, completion for completion?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I thought that you know, project completion certification form.
I think so.
Yeah, that'd be outstanding.
And that's the form that when the project's done, they will submit,
Exactly.
you know, and then we'll take a look at it and make sure.
And that closes it all out and that
Yeah.
you can come back and
Yeah.
say, well, we meant to do this or whatever. No, you turned in your form. We're done.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
that's it. That's over.
finished.
Yeah, no more walking through the
Exactly.
door.
No, you turned in your
Hey.
And then the facade, did you guys look at the facade grant agreement?
I think we need to maybe look at that form again.
Yeah. I mean, that was, you know, the intention to tweak this was to protect us, you know, from any liability and responsibility that has went on. So, I mean, I think we need every documentation to do that.
Sure.
You know. So,
We can get all of that together for the next meeting then.
yeah, because like I told you, I said, right now, there's nobody knocking on the door
Right.
for that grant. Now, I will tell you guys that, you know, the Main Street, Knox Main Street is reorganizing, new board. I've had one meeting with the two gals, so they completely understand that program. It's not just about putting on a coat.
Right.
That is the only organization. We can't apply for cycling downtown historic. It has to come from your Main Street community. And that was the goal when we started this Main Street, to do that. But you have certain levels you gotta reach to be able to apply for grants. So I encourage young girls to call Oak Grove, Jerry White, they offer training, find out what you have to do, if they change anything. Because the ideal situation was, if they would have done that, we would have already been there. They could have applied for a facade grant. It's $700. Then you can actually go and turn the building back to the original front. That's what Main Street's supposed to do. That is their purpose. And that's what I'd still like to see done. Because what we're doing the facade, it's a face.
Yeah.
We're not bringing back any historic, you know,
No.
it's a face.
Not at all.
And that's what I'm saying. Let's cut it down to 10. Let's, you know, maybe they will get to that. We don't know. Maybe they will. And if they do, that's fine. You know, we can take some of these stores, or they can, or whoever, and get them back to the original
That would be
beauty
fantastic.
part, you know.
That would be great.
Yes, it will. So that's all I got to say.
Okay. Anybody have anything else?
No.
Okay. We'll revisit this in September, okay? There's no vouchers, sir?
You didn't put any in the,
Usually one of you want to discuss anything
about what?
about
Oh, you can discuss it, but that's not even,
No,
you know, the thing
just
is.
information.
Yeah, go ahead and give the information because, you know,
Kevin Wallen owns the almost 6 acres at the end of Henry Drive. Then he had asked if I would contact him and he would sell it. But he said he wasn't thinking about it because he had purchased it for an investment for his children. And then today he called me and he said he would sell the city a 66-foot road through there for 200,000. If the city wanted it 5 point, I think it's 5.5. it would be 400,000. His idea was to sell, he really wants to sell the road, it's the 66 foot. Then later he could develop the lots, that's all.
You know, here's the thing is, who's got a calculator? Take 66 by 700, see how many square foot.
66.
That is 0.0942857143 square feet.
Square feet, okay, hold on. How many square feet are in an acre?
26,500.
Okay, so he doesn't even have an acre.
Yeah.
So he wants to give us 200, he wants us to give 200,000 for less than an acre. What is that, half acre?
It'd be 9/10. The road is, he has the dimension of the road. How long the road is. Oh, has to be 726 feet.
66 by, I measured it, it's about 700 foot long, so it is less than an acre. Probably half acre, I would assume.
Has to be 66 by 720. Well, I have 726. So that's what the lot is. The lot is 326 by 726.
So yeah, that is 9/10.
9/10, yeah, 9/10 of an acre, not even an acre.
And the thing is, if we put that road to, it's only gonna make his
Yes.
more value, but
That's right.
I mean, there is no way, I mean, that kind of price is maybe what you might get up in the region on 31, on 30.
Yeah, and see, if the city bought the whole thing for 400,000, they could develop probably 12 more lots. But you don't want that, 12 wooded.
400,000 times about 300,000, is about 700,000 into 10 lots. You get 10. That is 70,000.
Yeah, that's.
Someday down there, 50,000.
Yeah. So, you know, here's the thing is, we talk about it and what, you know, you take, most family has 2 cars, some 3. You take 24 lots, that's 48 more cars going down Henry Drive. We developed the phase 2, that's 52 lots time, that's over 100 cars.
Yeah.
That will,
Yeah, going one way, back and forth.
Yeah.
It's not feasible. It's not feasible in the future to do that.
yeah.
Dangerous, really. Okay. Any further discussion? If not, the meeting is adjourned.
So I just tell Devin that it's.
Well, just, what do you want to tell Devin that it's just way out of, you know, I mean.
Come and talk to him.
You did?
No, ma'am, you can't. I mean,
No.
Yeah, just tell them that is, you know, that's so far.
It is.
Market that is.
Absolutely, it is. It's just the sad part is that we need that road. The city needs the road.
Yeah, and
That's a sad.
he knows that.
Sure he does. And he did.